Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Inauguration Day. We're starting a little later, so hopefully you got to watch the swearing in. Let's hope that today is the beginning of a restoration of this country. That's all I'm going to say. All right, so because it is new, I feel like we're all going to start over again. Today we're going to do a therapeutic class. So if you're watching this later, this is kind of a nice thing to do at night. It's my total back piece. So we're going to need a block. Some of you will need a pillow or an extra block for your head. And then we're going to need a strap. So if you've been with me this past 2 weeks, we've been working through the foundational pieces. And you're finding that it's a lot of core and hip and shoulders that started this week. That'll keep going tomorrow. But today we're going to just address the spine, and we're going to give it a nice little reset. So you're going to use your strap. Again, there's like a fist distance between your knees, that's all. And then the whole class is going to be laying on this block. If you've never done this class before, it combines the rocking breath that we've been working on, the inhale pushing forward, the exhale pulling the sacrum back on this block. And we're first just going to start with the rocking breath, and then we're going to put this under our backs, and we'll progress this up the spine to the back of our necks. And it's going to give a nice stretch and opening to the whole back line. All right, so starting just here. Come down a little further. Arms to the side. Just notice what your back is doing. And then begin nice belly breaths. Just easy inhales into your lower stomach. And then exhale, just feel the release of that. Breathe big. And try to make the inhales and the exhales last the same amount of time. So you're not doing a really fast inhale and a really super long exhale. You're just kind of using the inhale and the exhale like a bellows, but it's going slow. It's continuous. You don't want to hold the air in at the end of the inhale or the air out at the end of that exhale. Just feel the belly, and every time you exhale, just take yourself into a little bit more of a release by feeling that exhale, the wave of that exhale, go all the way out through the arms and the legs and your neck and your head. Now, as you breathe big, just notice your low back. Is it pliable enough so that when you inhale, that sacrum and the low back come a little bit off the ground, but then when you exhale, it goes right back down? Or is it a little stiffer today and it's not doing very much movement? Just keep it with this belly breath, nice, easy, diaphragmatic breath. Now on your next inhale, push your lower stomach right above the pubic bone. Push that lower abdominal wall towards your thighs when you inhale. And then just feel the release of the exhale. You know, we get at this in the foundations class, but the way we think about it is different. I just want you to breathe here. And we're just directing the breath, that's all. And your mind is just on the inhale, reaching towards your thighs, and then the exhale, dropping that breath back. Feel the low back change if it's changing. I mean, if you're really tight, you're not going to have a lot of movement. Every time you exhale, just keep feeling like your structure is releasing more and more into the ground. Less resistance, you're not holding on to things, you're just breathing. Now, continue that big inhale pushing towards your thighs, but now on the exhale, let the breath go out and then push that lower abdominal wall back and into your spine and push the rest of the air out with your stomach. And then release that, let the air passively rush in, and then finish that breath by pushing the belly towards your stomach. And then feel the release of that exhale. And then push that lower stomach into the floor to get the rest of the air out. And then release that and feel the air come in automatically in this first part of this breath. And then finish it. Inhale, pushing towards the belly. Exhale, release. And then push the rest of the air out just by using your stomach. That's all. So it won't be as possibly big as what we were doing the last couple days, but really just feel the stomach. So as you practice this breath and push the air out with that exhale and then let the body recoil, taking the air in, breathing towards the belly, As you continue this and you release more and more, you feel your torso kind of sloshing back and forth. Excuse me. The wave goes towards the thighs on the inhale and then sloshes back through the body to the chest on the exhale. Like those blue wave machines from the 60s in those plexiglass tubes. Inhaling and exhaling, letting that breath pass through your structure. Just a little bit longer. Nothing's working except the breath. And if you really pull your stomach, you can really feel that posterior tilt of the pelvis, just like we've been doing for the last 2 weeks. Anterior tilt on the inhale, exhale, posterior tilt. Now we're not pushing and squeezing our legs today. That strap is just so that those of you who have a little bit of tension on that sideline in the legs can relax the legs, the inner thighs, and not have to hold the legs up. One more big inhale. And exhale. Pull your heels in. Next inhale. Let your legs drop to the right. Left shoulder can be up. Once you've settled into the twist, inhale. Push your belly towards your thighs. That'll roll you up on that right hip a bit. And then take that breath up and into the left rib cage and armpit, all the way up to the ceiling. And then when you exhale, let the shoulder and the ribs and the waist go. Just keep that right leg on the ground. Inhale, push your belly towards your thighs. Lift that up into the rib cage, into the shoulder. And then exhale. Just let the weight of the arm and the shoulder take that torso back towards the ground. Keep going. Inhale, push. Exhale, release. Inhale, push. Exhale, release. Inhale, push. Exhale, release. Inhale, push the breath towards the thighs. Exhale, feel the shoulder and the ribs release. Inhale, push. Exhale. One more. Inhale, push. Exhale, release, pull that left hip down. Feel your back come settling into the ground. That whole left side is lower. Just enjoy that for a couple of breaths. And then inhale, push the legs to the left. Settle into that. And then, same thing. Inhale. Push your belly towards your thighs. You come up a little bit on your hip. Take that breath into the ribs and the armpit. And then exhale. Inhale. Push the belly towards the thighs. Take the breath into the rib cage. Stretch that to the ceiling. Exhale. Inhale, push. Exhale, release. Inhale, push. Exhale, release. Inhale, breath towards the thighs, then up into the armpit. Exhale, release that into gravity. Inhale, push. Exhale. Inhale, push, exhale. One more. Inhale, push, exhale, release. Slowly pull the pelvis back to center. Just feel the back on the floor. And then we're going to take the block and we're putting it on the lowest position, the lowest height, and it's going to be the long end, the long axis of the block is perpendicular to the axis of your spine. So, tuck your tailbone under, and then this is going to go low. The top edge of the block is right at the lumbar sacral junction, so that you feel your sacrum just centered on that block. So just allow the pelvis to adjust. It's not a big position, but it's significant in terms of the relationship of the height to the distance between the vertebrae. So what we're going to do is inhale, push your belly towards your thighs, and when you do that, you'll feel the weight shift towards your tailbone. And then when you exhale, release that and then pull your belly towards your ribs. And you'll feel the block, the pressure change to that top edge of the block. So inhale, belly towards your thighs, exhale, belly towards your chest. Inhale. Now you can just do this with the breath. Exhale. If you feel like you're having a hard time getting going, you can kind of add accessory muscles, but the breath is enough to push the belly towards the thighs, and the exhale is enough to press that top edge of the sacrum into the top edge of the block. So we're rocking our pelvis, our sacrum, back and forth on this block with our breath. So we inhale and we exhale. And you inhale, push, And exhale, pull the pubic bone towards your chest with your stomach. Keep going. Anterior tilt on the inhale. Posterior tilt on the exhale. Couple more. Now at the end of this exhale, feel your pubic bone pulling into your ribs. Keep that position and then just pick your legs up and let them drop towards your chest. So the block is hitting you right at that lumbar sacral junction. And you're really just, your pelvis is just rocking back on that edge that's the top edge that's closest to you. Your whole sacrum is off the block. Now you're just letting those thighs drop as best as they're going to drop. Some of us will drop more than others. And we're going to start circling the knees here, or making an oval shape, however that works for you. So we're going to push our knees to the right just a couple inches, then push them away from you, and then push them to the left and pull them back towards you. So you push right and away and left and towards. The breath pattern is inhale right and away, exhale left and towards. Keep going. First, just get the circle established with the knees. See that oval or this circle. Make it smooth. Now, pay attention to what your sacrum feels like on the block. So as you go around this oval, the weight changes so that the pressure of your pelvis on that block is going around that low back area in this oval shape. Big piece of fascia here. And what this is going to do is increase the circulation into this big piece of fascia. So feel that. And then the last thing to pay attention to is feel each one of your thighs. Feel the ball and socket joint. And then just feel and see those femur heads just rolling around in your hip sockets. Make it easy. Make it effortless. This is really good for your hips and the cartilage. We're releasing the deep rotators. That's why you don't want to go too big. You just want it to be an easy motion. Next time your knees come around to the center, just change direction. So we'll inhale left and away. Exhale right and in. And then go through those 3 pieces. First, you just feel the circle of the knees. Make it even, control it. Once that's established, shift your focus to your sacrum. And feel that. Feel the change in pressure. Feel the massage of that lower back. And then feel the easy rotation, the easy circles that each one of your hips is making. They're independent, of course. You want to feel that to be effortless. And there's another circle going on, and that's the circle of the pelvis on the spine. So there's movement at that lumbar sacral junction, and it's easy movement. Next time your knees come around to your chest, just keep them there. Relax. It's a little bit more mobility, a little bit more release of the thighs coming down. Now pull your pubic bone towards your rib cage. This is kind of a motion we've been doing all week. Hold it there. And then just let the legs start going towards the ground. So your pelvis, your pubic bone is pulling to your rib cage. You're trying to keep a posterior tilt. Holding the weight of the legs with your stomach. Just let the legs go till they're almost to the ground, or to where your belly starts shaking, and breathe. Let the belly shake. Keep pulling the pubic bone to your rib cage. Feet are not on the ground yet. Just keep breathing, just a couple more breaths. Keep pulling. You can feel your low back trying to reach towards the floor. Keep breathing. And then let the feet go into the ground and let everything go. You can feel all of the hip flexors and the abdominals. Let them go, and then you can feel the whole abdominal cavity just kind of release down and into itself towards the spine. Now we're going to make the first big shift. So before you do that, the top edge of the block, feel it. It's at the lumbar sacral junction. what you're going to do is move the bottom top edge to where the top edge is. So pick your pelvis up and move it. I do a combination of lift and wiggle. So the rest of the changes will be very small. This is the biggest one. So as you settle here, you feel that lumbar sacral junction at the lower edge. It's at the top edge, but the one farthest away from your shoulders, and the top edge closest to you is maybe at the waist or a little higher. Depends on how long your torso is. All right, so our sit bones, our pelvis, our sacrum is all on the opposite side of this bolster. Sorry, of the block. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to inhale and push our belly towards our thighs. What'll happen is you're going to move your whole torso in that direction. That's inhale, and then exhale, pull your pubic bone towards your rib cage. And on this one, you're going to tuck your tailbone up towards your knees a bit, what we've been doing all week. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs, sit bones closer to the ground. Exhale. As soon as you release the exhale, your body automatically slides back, and then you just really need to add the end. You want to try to take your whole back up off the block except for that top edge. So inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, automatic release back to the shoulders, tuck it under and pull. Now keep going as I'm talking. So this one can be painful because it's a big stretch. So don't make it painful, just make it what you can handle. If you just go a quarter inch at a time, after 10, your pelvis, your sit bones might end up on the ground. Maybe they won't. It doesn't matter. Just feel this seesaw. But make sure that you really try to scoop the pelvis up towards the knees. Couple more. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Now on this one, pull your stomach and then pull your legs. If you need, grab a hold of your strap. And just let those knees drop in. Now, it's harder to pull them up. Our fulcrum is higher, really this place where that top edge hits the spine. It's not at the lumbar sacral junction now. It's a little bit above the waist. So what I want you to do is using your hands and maybe a little bit of your stomach, just pull easy. Couple little pulses. All right, and then stretch your legs to straight. Keep them straight, let them drop towards your face. Now, if this is too much hamstring stretch for you, go back to bent knees. If this feels okay, just leave them. And remember, you can always help yourself with this strap. You can use your arms to hold position, because really if you have super tight hamstrings, then your stomach and your hip flexors have to do all this work to kind of counter that. Now we're going to do the same thing we did in the previous position. You're going to inhale and make small circle to the right and away and left and towards. Right and away and left and towards. So keep going. And the sequence in our mind is the same. First, we pay attention to the circle with our feet. Just making it even, making it small. You can make this one a little bigger if you want. But first, just try to make the motion smooth and even. Once you have that, start paying attention to the change of pressure of the pelvis on the block. And then you might feel places, especially to the side, that you want to let that block dig into. Again, just massaging a little higher that nice big piece of fascia. Once your brain has connected with that, then go to the hip sockets again. And then just feel those sockets accommodate. The head of that femur is just rolling around in the synovial fluid, squashing around. It's easy. There's no restrictions. Next time your feet come to the front position towards your chest, just reverse. And then go through the stages again. So first, we're paying attention to the shape we're making with our feet. We're trying to make that circle, oval, smooth. Then we shift our attention to our back, our low back. And feel the pressure change as we circle the pelvis. And then pay attention to the thighs circling in the pelvis. next time. The legs drop towards your chest. Just leave them there. There's a little bit more mobility in the hamstrings. So just let that stretch. You can even feel your belly on the inhale. Push the legs away. You would like to be that relaxed that the pressure of your belly can just move the thighs forward, and then the exhale just releases them back. One more nice big inhale. Then exhale, bend the knees. Now, pull your pubic bone towards your chest. Hold on to it, right? And then we're just going to take our legs towards the ground. Keep trying to pull the pubic bone. This is way harder because of the position. You're not going to hold it that long, so just breathe. Keep pulling. If it hurts your back, put your feet down. If you're good, if you can hold the position, just let your stomach work. Keep breathing into your chest, trying to hold the belly. And then slowly just let the legs come down and release everything. Now the rest of the spine, it goes a lot faster. So we just move inch by inch. So what we want to do first is just wiggle yourself until your sit bones are on the ground. Now this is where some of you probably will need or might need a blanket or a pillow underneath your head, because your head is definitely dropped back here. So once our sit bones touch the ground, then we're going to return to that rocking breath. So we go inhale, push your pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, pull your pubic bone up. Now as soon as you pull your pubic bone up towards your ribs, your pelvis comes off the ground, or your sit bones. But I want you to feel like instead of pulling your sit bones up, as you exhale, you take your sit bones and reach them towards your heels. So you feel the line from that, where the block is holding your spine, to the heels. That's going long. So you're trying to stretch that part of the spine right below the edge of the block. All right, so we go inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, reach your sit bones towards your heels. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, push sit bones towards your heels. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, reach sit bones. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, reach sit bones. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, reach with your sit bones. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, reach with the sit bones. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, reach. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, reach. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, reach. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, reach, stay there, and then wiggle about 2 or 3 inches forward. So you feel that upper edge of the block. It's not to your shoulder blades yet. And we go. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, reach your sit bones. You can almost get part of your sacrum down here. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, reach. 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 Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, pull the pubic bone. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, pull. 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 Now wiggle again. So you want to go until you feel the top edge of that block right at the tips of your shoulder blades. All right. Now, same thing. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale. Now, you can get part of your sacrum down. That's what you're going to work on here. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, try to pull the sacrum to the floor. And you'll notice your head might come off the ground. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, pull. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, pull. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, pull. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, pull the sacrum to the ground. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, pull. 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 Now wiggle a little bit more. Down. Now you want to feel like your shoulder blades are on the block. And we go. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, pull. You can get almost your whole sacrum down, almost your waist. Inhale, pelvis to the thighs. Exhale, pull. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, pull. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, pull. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, pull. Inhale, breathe the pelvis forward. Exhale, pull it to the floor. Inhale, push it towards your thighs. Exhale, pull it towards your floor. Inhale, push it towards the thighs. Exhale, pubic bone pulls to the ribs. Inhale, breath towards the thighs. Exhale, pull it up. Release it. Now we're going to slide again. I'm going to have to move. I'm sorry, everybody. I've run out of room. So we want to slide down until you feel the top edge of the block right at the base of your skull. So the bottom edge is on the shoulder blades and the top edge is right at the base of your skull. And it's digging in, and so your head is going to kind of rock back and forth on that point. And we go. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, waist to the ground. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Chin will kind of go down a bit. Exhale, pelvis to the floor. Chin will kind of go up. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, pull the waist to the ground. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, pull. 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 Inhale, push the pelvis forward. Exhale, pull it to the floor. Inhale, push it towards your thighs. Exhale, pull it towards the floor. Sliding one more time. Now, the bottom edge is right at the base of your neck, right above that 7th cervical, and your head is on the block. Last one of these. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Now you can really feel the neck stretch here. Exhale, pull the waist to the floor, pull your pubic bone to your face. So your tailbone might come up off the ground here. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, waist to the ground. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, waist towards the ground. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, pull it towards the ground. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, waist towards the ground. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, waist into the ground. Inhale, pelvis towards your thighs. Exhale, pull the waist down. Inhale, pelvis rocks forward. Exhale, waist to the ground. Inhale, pelvis forward. Exhale, pull it down. Last one. Inhale, pelvis forward. Exhale, pull. Now we have one more thing to do. You're going to take your block, move it with your hands. Tilt that lower edge up into the back of your skull. So the top lower edge is in the back, right underneath your skull where it hits your neck. The lower edge of that is on the top of the shoulder blades, and the block is balancing on that back edge. And all we're going to do here is we're going to turn our nose 2 inches to the right and then come back center. Try to feel your head revolve on your axis. So nose goes to the right, but your skull is going to pull back to the left. And then rotate back. So nose to the right, back of your skull to the left, and let it pull back to center. And inhale, nose, right, exhale, center. Again, inhale, slow turn. Just let the block edge dig into the base of your neck, or skull rather. Exhale, center. One more to the right. Go as far as you can. Just stay there, pulling easy. And release it. Goes almost automatically back to the center. Now to the left. Nose to the left, skull to the right, just an inch or so. Back to the center. Inhale. A little bit further to the left. And back to center. Inhale, nose a little further to the left as the skull goes to the right. Inhale, back, center. Inhale, nose to the left, skull to the right. Inhale, release it back, center. Inhale, nose to the left, skull back to the right. Inhale, back to center. Two more. Inhale, nose to the left, skull back to the right. Inhale, back to center. Last one. Inhale, as far to that left side as you can go. Feel the block. And then let it release back to the center. Take that block out. Unstrap yourself. And then just lay out in the corpse position. Let that spine relax into the floor and breathe. Big inhale. And exhale, roll to your right side. And press yourself to sitting. I hope that was good. It's good for me. My spine always feels good after that. Thank you. Enjoy your day. Namaste.